Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, once said, in 2017, people have realized there isn't going to be one crypto to rule them all. You are seeing vertical solutions where XRP is focused on payment problems, Ethereum is focused on smart contracts, and increasingly Bitcoin is a store of value. Those aren't competitive. In fact, I want Bitcoin and Ethereum to be successful. But it's actually a bigger but, as the Indian government has shown their interest in crypto otherwise. As a lot of water has flown under the bridge since FM Nirmala Sitharaman announcement about her budget proposals, which have severely hurt the crypto universe in India, including exchanges. And why am I talking about this? Because I have a special guest to talk about the current scenario in India. Before that, let me welcome all the viewers of Crypto World and Crypto TV to our special segment of Crypto Masters. I am your host Parvati Nirban, and today with me is a guest who is a seasoned entrepreneur and marketer in crypto. He got introduced to Bitcoin in 2015, and from then he did not stop at anything. He is none other than the co-founder of BuyUCoin, which is the oldest exchange in India with 1 million plus users. And without much delay, let's just start talking to Mr. Atulya Bhatt. Hello and welcome to our studio.
Hello.
How are you?
Great.
So, are you excited?
Yes, I'm excited to be here, talk to you.
Yes. So, let's start the question. As we were speaking about the FM's announcement on crypto assets and the tax levied on the assets, which has its all adverse effect on the all cryptocurrency markets, right? So can you share your perspective with our viewers on the government's move, and how is BuyUCoin and other exchanges dealing with the unfolding events, including plummeting trading volumes, and maintain profitability as an exchange?
See, from the way I see it, it's a two-way sort of thing. I mean, the government the government stance has been like it has been undecisive stand. Like on one stand, they want to promote crypto, Web3, NFTs, and blockchain, and the underlying technology, especially the blockchain use cases. They do want to promote it, but at the same times, they do see some sort of certain things that could have a
Yes.
damaging impact to the economy, especially the Reserve Bank of India, the Central Bank of India, sees those threats to its to the economy, and especially the things like terrorism funding and money launderings. These are the threats that are being focused more over at the side where we think, like, the crypto does have its positive effects, but there are these negative effects, and you have to consider those, which is a very valid point. We do have to consider those, but in order to to address those issues, there are certain ways that we can do it, and it doesn't involve like putting a heavy tax on the common people who are investing in crypto, and putting very, very harsh regulations. That shouldn't be the way. We should focus more on facing those threats, and utilizing technology, especially the underlying blockchain technology, to track and to maintain and to monitor the records and data that is being flown through these billions of dollars of transactions that are happening in crypto in India.
Right. So what about the plummeting volumes?
I mean, I'm getting to that. So yeah, so basically there's also this another thing, like India has never been in forefront of any industrial revolution ever. Like right from the industrial revolution back in the 1800s or so, we were not at the position to actually advantage from that that creation of wealth, and that disruptive have changed to everything, that how everything is being done inside the human economy. So those things, after that, we missed out on almost every technological revolution. We were always, lagging behind, catching up. That was happening, but in crypto, especially in crypto, it was the only place, where BuyUCoin and Binance were started in the same year. Although Binance has gotten pretty big, but the point is, we were aware that this thing is happening, and we can push our efforts, and come together as a community, and build things, and build cool stuff, and that could really help us as also as Indians, and also as an Indian economy to grow, and to really become the superpower that we keep dreaming of. So that was something that could happen with crypto. But when you put out these harsh regulation, what happens is a lot of those talented people start moving out, and this is already happening. People are moving outside India, Dubai, Singapore, US, UK, all those places that are putting crypto friendly environment for these entrepreneurs and startups to prosper. Coming to the fact that the volumes are dropping, yes, the volumes are dropping, but it is not just because of the what government taxation, like it does have a huge impact on the trading volume, but the overall market is also very bearish right now.
So it's the double sword.
Yes. Like this crypto is a very seasonal market. There are bear seasons, there are bullish seasons. Sometimes it feels like Bitcoin would never start climbing up, and sometimes feel like it will go to zero. So those are the very strong emotions that the crypto traders have to deal with, and they have to stay strong in their perseverance and patience when it comes to trading in crypto. So besides that, as an exchange, we have started looking and pursuing and even monetizing on other opportunities that exist within the space, that include like? NFTs, Metaverse, and Web3. The whole there are multiple companies in India which have huge user base, like they are pretty huge, and they just want to get into NFTs and to allow their people to actually hold ownership of the asset, in-game asset. Let's say there's a game and you won something, and you want real value out of it. The only way that you get to have the ownership and also have the value is through NFTs. So they are interested in those companies are interested in that, because that creates a lot of value. And besides that, there is a lot of institutional interest coming in terms of crypto investments, since the government has put out
are you
taxation.
Like planning to shift to those options?
I mean, those options would really help us to stabilize our profit and revenues.
So this has really impacted what I understand.
Yes, absolutely.
And what about the profitability?
Profitability is, I mean, since we are a bootstrap startup, it wasn't a big issue for us. But yeah, when it comes to a startup who's spending like tens of millions of dollars every month on marketing, raised a lot of funds, so that could be an issue for them. So we are a very agile startup. This is not something that has happened for the first time. We have been here since last 5-6 years, and these cycles keep happening. And when there is a bear cycle, we have a different strategy. We put out more focus on keeping the infrastructure strong, and finding new opportunities. And and also in order to whenever the markets will take the momentum back, you need to have the best product, and you need to have a better product. You need to have a better service.
So I understand your outlook towards the whole situation is very, very positive.
Yes, absolutely.
So related to that, actually, I'm going to ask you the second question. You have reportedly admitted to witness a 70% drop in trading volume since the new tax regime. Has it worsened any further?
No, it hasn't worsened, but actually, what the court was actually, the thing that we were asked was this announcement came on April, the financial year started. We were asked to compare the volume on the first week of previous month compared to the next month. So that was data which was shared, but it feels like more than actually, because the 70% number, it strikes as a bigger number. But during those those days people weren't trading actually.
Okay.
People had already moved most of their trade before the financial year began in order to do tax harvesting basically, and a lot of investors also exited their position, liquidated their assets before the new financial year came in. So that was also a reason we saw a drastic reduction in volume. But now things are much better.
But I want to cut you here, and I want to ask the third question related to the same. When your positive outlook remains pretty positive, that is, how do you and other crypto exchanges propose to deal with the 1% TDS that will come into force from July 1st?
That is something I don't exactly have the right answer, because it's a question for us also. Like, how would it actually impact us? Because for these new TDS rules to be applied, we actually have to know, like, where is the taxation event. We are not exactly aware, like, where the taxation will occur, where will be cutting the 1% TDS, and who will be cutting the TDS, buyer or seller or exchange, and how these things will be defined.
So there is lack of clarity.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I can't exactly answer it, like how it will impact us, because we need more clarity when it comes to
from the
TDS.
government.
Yeah, exactly. From the government, from the income tax department, like whoever is in control of this needs to at least let us know, like, what is the exact procedure to make, because we are happy to remain compliant, to follow the rules, and although we will be also at the same time pushing the government and asking them, requesting them, and trying to make them understand that this isn't the best thing to do. There are much better ways to go about it. Like, if you want to keep track of all the records of the transactions through TDS, you could put out like 0.01% or 0.1%. That is something feasible. And if the purpose of doing this is to keep the records of all the transactions, then doesn't matter what percentage you're charging. So that's what we are trying to.
It looks like there could be multiple reasons.
I mean, what the reason was given out
1% TDS.
The reason officially what was given out was that they want to keep track of all the transactions. So if that is the reason, then 0.1% or 0.01% does the same.
Yes, because they get the data that they are looking for. Yeah. So the government now seems to be proposing to include crypto services in the highest GST slab, which you must be aware of, which is 28%. What's your view on that, and what are the steps that the industry is taking to convince the government otherwise?
I'll tell you. First off, this could be a total rumor, because there is no official statement from any government official. Recently, I read that the GST council isn't aware of any such decision being made. That was put out by, I think, Economic Times recently. So I mean, even if it's there, there's also one more thing I would like to clarify. Like, people think that when 28% GST would be charged, you will be charged 30% tax plus 20% GST on the whole transaction. Let's say you buy 1 lakh worth crypto, you buy 1 lakh rupees worth crypto, 28. So for some people, there's a sort of word going around it, because most of the people are not really aware of how taxation works and how these things actually work. Like, where is the part where the taxation is being done. So they think, like, 1 lakh rupees worth crypto, they'll have to pay 28,000 as the GST, which is not the situation. Actually, it's the service fee. Exchanges in India, including BuyUCoin, we charge a small amount of fees for the user for every transaction. Let's say on our exchange right now, the fees is 0.18%. Okay, so adding to the GST part, we right now we are taking 18% as GST. So the total amount of fees that comes out to be 0.24% after adding the GST. So if some more GST.
So you're already adding the GST.
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't we pay?
So then why there should be additional 28% GST? Is
not
what you are saying?
10% actually. Additional 10%. 18% we are
18% you are charging,
right?
Yeah. But the government is saying 28%, which you are saying officially there's no statement, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Even if that's the case, but people don't have to worry about like all the money would go away. Exchanges normally don't charge more than like 0.1 to 2.3% max. So if even if like 10% of that 0.3% is like 0.003%, 0.03%. So that's a very small amount. There are bigger issues at at helm right now, especially the TDS 1%. Yeah.
So do you also propose to shift your base to other crypto friendly countries? Like you just mentioned how people are moving out and looking for options, and even you are looking for options into different sectors. So it seems like probably you are looking for more options within India and not looking, but if you want to, grow as an exchange only, in that particular case, what would be the option?
I mean, see, we are an India first company. We've always believed in as an India as a nation, and it's a sort of a patriotic feeling that we have. Like we take it as a responsibility to to spread and make people aware and educate people about crypto. And the mission statement of the company BuyUCoin says that we want to bring crypto to billions of people in India, like that, and like billions in India. So that's the motto that we have, and most of the efforts that we have done so far have been concentrated around India, and we have presence and users in every state of India. So of course India will always remain a priority. Our offices are registered in India. We are an Indian registered company. So but when coming to your point, we won't be looking to shift outside India and running the company from from outside of India. What we would be much more focused is to create a product that has the capability to not only get users from India, to be able to spread across the world. A
So
global.
what gives you so much of confidence that you will be able to do that even after this whole taxation thing?
A taxation thing is something that is happening in India. Like I'm talking about the whole world.
Global.
Yeah,
But
globally.
you still want to be placed here, right?
Yes, absolutely. Like things can change. There was I think Ministry of Science and Technology was this guy. I don't remember his name. He's a very senior politician. He said that these things happen, and this is the way it happens. In the beginning, these high taxes are put up, and these choking of the whole industry is done, so that most of the speculative investment moves out, and more smart money comes in, and things get easier as we go about it, and as we get more chances and more opportunities to explain to the government to actually why we are pushing against their move. And although even though we are in full support, like this should happen, but there is a certain degree to where to an extent where we should push it across. So that's the sentiment that we have. Since you asked me why I'm positive, because I believe in my government, and that's how these things happen in India. Crypto
sure.
is very new, for
It
especially right now. The best thing is now we have the attention of the whole world.
Yes,
and
yes.
the whole world is at last for us.
Yes, that is there. So, continuing one of the topics that you've actually mentioned in the first go, that is money laundering and terrorism financing, right? So, the government has been raising these concerns over cryptocurrencies' nexus with money laundering and terrorism financing, including the recent 2-day crypto meet that happened in Bangalore. Is the government's concern fair? What do you think? Are regulators all over the world justified? And if not, why?
I'll tell you, the concerns are very fair on a theoretical level.
Okay.
When it comes to the practicality of things, US dollar or or any fiat currency has a part of that the whole reserve that is going through money laundering and terrorism financing. According to a chain analysis report, the percentage of these activities happening on blockchain, on these blockchain based assets is like 10x less than what's happening on USD. So I mean, that's the good fact in the theory, and you should have processes in place so to make sure that doesn't happen, and there are strong compliances and regulations to actually contain these activities. But it shouldn't be the only concern.
So you are saying in a way this is not the space only where this is happening. This is happening everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whenever technology is there, let's say banking and all those channels are involved, some misuse happens, but you have to put in the controls and laws and probably criminal punishments to whenever these activities get caught. You've got to push up your infrastructure of the cyber crime reporting, and to make it easier for the people to report any sort of incident, and for these regulators to take the data from us when needed. Whenever such issues happen, we are open to and help out government in any such cases. So the thing here is, if we have those processes in place, it can be very easy to curb those activities, and then we can focus on the goods that this technology can bring, and that's something that I would.
So whenever I mean, while you were saying so, something popped up in my head is like, whenever there is anything new technology, new innovation that comes in place, people do weigh the pros and cons. What are the adverse effects that could be possible, and that is very fair. That is very fair if they are raising the concerns, but the regulators also have to come up with some solutions or some.
Absolutely, they have to take a stand. If they are saying that this is an issue, just take a stand and
but
make the policy.
They have taken a stand in a way, isn't it?
But not exactly. I won't call putting a tax on crypto a stand against terrorism financing, right?
Right. That's not the solution, you're saying.
Yeah.
They should find the solution. This is not the solution.
Tax paying people are not terrorists.